Welcome to another episode of Sauce to Success podcast by your host, Tay Harrell. The title of today's episode is Protecting Your Sexual Energy. Protecting your sexual energy is very important. This is something nowadays that needs to be talked about that isn't talked about in today's society. We begin to overlook this, thinking it's, all fun and games. Our sexual energy is a creative life force energy. It is a gift from God that we have. Sexual energy is what we use to create, as it should be treated as such. These things I wasn't taught. I had nobody to teach me these things because I wasn't born into the knowledge. But now I have it. I understand these things. So now it is my job to provide value to help the people out there that don't have it, to help the generation, to help the next generation, the generation after that. So they won't have to go through what I went through. So I'm going to dive into scripture real quick. Before I do, I just want to say, so our flesh will do what it wants if we let it do what it wants. It'll run off and go crazy on you. But you have to be disciplined, okay? Self-discipline. As human beings, we should be able to rule this body like we rule our temper. Some people can't rule their temper, but we should. That's another topic. But we should always keep our body under control, which sometimes is not easy to do. But we have to learn to be self-disciplined. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27 says, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I preach to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. What does this mean? I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave. So you got to strike a blow to your body. Spiritually, this is spiritually. You strike a blow to your body. Spiritually, making your body your slave. Because what the enemy does is he has all these systems created to keep us in bondage, to keep us in slavery. So instead of falling to the systems that he created, which was created to keep us down, low vibrational, we turn that around and we control what happens. We end up making our body our slave, making our flesh our slave. So we won't stay in bondage in the systems that he created. Because that's all that Satan wants to do. He wants to control us. Controlling your sexual energy and protecting it has many benefits. And the number one benefit is being closer to God. You will start to reach your higher self by retaining your sexual energy. This goes hand in hand with semen retention, but I'll make another episode about that because this is more of about protecting it. It's kind of the same thing, but it's another topic that I want to talk about. So protecting your sexual energy is mandatory, because if we don't, it'll lead somewhere into some things that's unwanted. Spiritual energy transfer. Now we have to deal with energy that's unwanted. Because you never know what a person is going through, and all that spiritual energy will be a part of you now. These soul ties are real and they're hard to get off. Long story short, we should protect our sexual energy, waiting for God to send us the right one, because He will. Until our mate comes, we use our sexual energy and our body as power to create the life we want, because it's very powerful. Today's message isn't going to be a long message. It's very simple. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Protect your sexual energy. Protect your sexual energy. But the next episode, I will dive deeper into retaining it. What are the benefits of retaining it, of holding it in, and using it to transmute to something else. You use your sexual energy to put it into other things, so you can get the full benefit of what this really does. So this is the end of today's episode. Wasn't a very long one. No. Until next episode, stay blessed, stay prayed up. I hope I'm motivating you to keep going on whatever it is God has you doing. Until next time, I love you.